Okay, hi guys. For those of you that are new here, my name is Rafi Ibani. I'm a Dow. I'm a fourth year medical student in Dow Medical College.
And I'm Amir. I just started my year at Khan University, AKU.
He's in first year. It's his
Yep.
second week. And this is the second video of this whole gap year series regarding my brother.
Yep.
Okay. And in this video, we would be answering questions which we asked you guys to ask us a few weeks back.
Yep.
Regarding his gap year.
Yeah.
When we announced that, when we made that vlog, just watch that vlog. It's gonna be right here. So yeah. Okay. So yeah. Question number 1. Why does he think he didn't get in the first time?
First time, if I specify with the Khan test.
No, I can't. Let's talk about medical college. Why didn't you get in the first time?
Medical college, I'm sure, like I did talk about it in the previous video. It was primarily because of the screw up I had in the NTS, in the MCAT test we had in Sindh. It was an easy paper. It was a very easy paper. It was a very easy, I can't, you should see the past papers. It was a very easy paper. If you can take it with your O-levels. It's not something.
And he just overthought those easy questions and screwed up.
Yeah, I screwed up badly. So that was primarily the reason why I didn't do good in the NTS. And if this person's asking about the AKU test, it was probably because I think pressure.
You feel the AKU test the first time?
Yeah, the first time I applied last
year. So AKU wasn't in the option in the first time?
Yeah, so I just didn't pass the test.
Yeah. Okay, what did he do in his gap year to improve that weakness of his?
It was probably studying A-levels all over again. That was the biggest thing. I was able to...
He re-gave his A-levels.
Mm-hmm.
And what did you study differently?
Not really, but then I think this pressure, I knew what the Khan test was. I knew what it was like, the pattern and whatnot. So
you gave it once.
Yeah, I already gave it once. So I already had a good idea. It wasn't my first time, so I had an advantage. Kafi, it was a very mentally it wasn't as harsh as it would be for someone who's taking it for the first time.
Okay, question number 3. What extracurricular activities did you do in your gap year?
I didn't do any. I didn't do it.
House 179.
Yeah, I was helping out my father with. We were renovating a house,
and he was there.
I was occupied with that quite a lot, and I didn't mention that in the interview, and I think that was quite a thing to bring up in the interview. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'll get to that later. I am in the exact situation. I am in the same exact situation right now, and wanted to ask, how did he deal with the social side of taking a gap year? That is, everyone starting his uni and you staying at home. How did you deal with that?
About this, the first thing you should know that a good friend of yours should support your decision. He shouldn't make fun of you. He shouldn't look down upon you. He should understand the situation, and he should know that the choice to take a gap year is a hard one, and he should support you 100%. Okay? The social side of taking a gap year, and I'd assume the social pressure includes from your friends and family and relatives as well. Friends, in my situation, they were 100% supporting me, and they knew themselves how hard it is and how easily you can mess up this whole process. And with family and relatives, I guess my parents were quite okay with taking a gap year. And
I think the biggest thing is have tunnel vision.
Yeah.
You know your goal, your one target, focus on that, screw everyone else and just study. That's it.
Yeah.
Just screw it, turn off your phone.
Why should you care about what your relatives, auntie, or uncle say? Bas chhod do, rehne do. It's of no use if you worry about them. You won't achieve anything if you think about what they think about you.
Or what your friends think about. Who gives a shit? It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
5. Finally, how was his interview experience?
Interview experience, and I'm sure, I'm gonna make...
We're gonna make a video on this, very detailed on this, so subscribe and follow us everywhere.
But to summarize, to make things short, it was a very It was an enjoyable experience. It's not what you think. This perception you may have of the interview, it isn't like that. It's a very laid back interview. Coffee, it's informal to some extent, and it was a good, fun experience. Everyone who takes the interview enjoys it. No one goes back not liking the interview.
Okay, the next question is by Asma Khan. Those questions were by Ali Amir. Thank you for asking those questions. The next one is by Asma Khan. She asked it 1 month back. Okay, so how did he deal with the anxiety of taking a gap year while your friends were studying elsewhere and you were studying at home? What did you learn from a gap year? And what would he have done differently during the gap year?
Well, anxiety, like I said with the previous question,
Screw it.
Screw everything. Plus, who cares? Who gives a damn if what other people think? And if you're talking about peer pressure, good friends will support you all the time. And I had really good friends that were with me who would, in fact, answer questions I would ask about the interview, about the test, about.
I remember they used to come over to our house, guide him and mock him, take a mock.
Yeah.
So yeah.
That's about anxiety, yeah. And the second part was?
What do you learn from a gap year?
What I learned from a gap year, is of course to study hard the first time.
And don't screw up.
Don't screw up. That's the
deal
biggest.
with exam pressure.
Yeah, deal with exam pressure, and that's the biggest thing. And secondly, I guess, there is no harm. It's part of life. There could always be
1 year in your life, if you lose it, doesn't make a difference.
Yeah.
If you look at the grand scale of thing, 1 year is nothing.
Yeah. So there could be other various reasons various people take a gap in their life. There could be a death in their family. They could be sick themselves.
Anything
Anything can possibly happen. Financial issues. बहुत सारे मसला हो सकते हैं. So it's a good thing that this happened at this time of the year, at this point of my life.
Yeah. What would you have done differently during the gap year?
Differently, well, it worked out for me, so there aren't much regrets.
So nothing.
Yeah, nothing really. It worked out for me.
Okay, but another question by Maya Shoaib. How did you keep yourself motivated and stay firm that medicine was the right path for you?
Good friends. They will always motivate you. They are always there. I had a brother here. He goes to medical school, so I basically knew what I was up to. So I had no issue with going into med school, and staying motivated during the gap year was, I guess, just the
watching
goal.
Random and More, yeah.
Yeah, Random and More, and having a goal, a specific goal that was a goal I wanted to really achieve. Yeah.
Did you ever thought of quitting and choosing another field?
I guess not. No.
No, I think you were
I was quite motivated with this medical life.
Okay, another question. By Mariam Lee. Mariam Lee. Is that Chinese? Okay. His opinion, how he felt about his decision of taking a gap year. Did he think of opting for other choices like dentistry, which he was unable to get an admission? Lastly, is gap year worth it?
Dentistry.
I think this is the last question. Every other question is the same thing. We've answered almost everything.
No, so basically, dentistry. I don't like.
Oh wait, there's another one.
No. I'm not throwing shades at those who become dentists. I just don't want to be a dentist. It's my opinion. It's what I didn't want to be. I just wanted to be a doctor. So there was no questions there. I just left out the option of dentistry. Although when you apply for private universities, there's always in the second choice. It's usually dentistry for many candidates. And so was the case in my.
But would you recommend just going to PharmD or dentistry just during the gap year?
During the gap year, if you think you won't be motivated, if you think you won't be able to
get in, or if you think that you would be depressed being alone at home, so I would say go. Like we said, there's this other video on our channel by Ali. He's a really good friend. He also got in.
Yeah. And there,
He went to Farm D for 1 year.
I mean, there are, like I said in the previous video, I'm sure it's going to be linked down below or something. There are about 15 reapplicants, and a good majority of them did go to a university, and all of them did go to medical universities. So all of them decided to go to a medical university because there was no, it was a 50-50 chance. There was no 100% chance that they would pass the AKU test and then pass the AKU interview. So as a safe side, they decided to go to the university the first time when they had the opportunity.
As a backup.
As a primary backup.
Okay, this is the last question by MK. Question number 1. I have heard that in interview they select a majority of Ismailis. Breakdown on this.
I don't think so. No.
I don't think
it's quite it's an unbiased interview. I mean, if there is something I'm not aware of it, but then from what I see,
it's not visible.
Yeah, from what I see and from the people I know now, I highly doubt there is this bias with any field.
Question number 2. How much importance does extracurricular activity have in admission? Once again, this whole extracurricular and whatever, that's going to be discussed in a video based on the interview.
But yeah, to simplify it, I guess there is a good importance to it. But then after all, I think the biggest, in my opinion, it would be the interview. There's 2 interviews you have in the same day and 2 different people, and those interviews is the deal breaker. You could barely pass, you could just pass the test and you can have the minimum marks for AKU, and if you do really good in the interview, you are definitely gonna get in.
Yeah. So we would make a video on the interview. It would be made by Amir. It would be a really comprehensive and detailed video. It would help you guys a lot. It would help you guys out a lot. Make sure to subscribe to our channel to make sure to not miss out on such videos. It's just one button. Click it and help us reach 10K before the end of the decade.
End of the decade, 2020.
Yeah, 2020, guys. 10K.
Yeah.
Who knows? Okay, yeah, and make sure to follow us on Instagram.
And one more thing about the gap year. I am in the batch of 2024, and a good majority of my friends that went to government university, private university, they are also in the gap of 2024.
So you're saying the kids who got admission in 2018 are graduating in the same year as you?
Yeah, although they are graduating a couple months before,
but the year is the same, and that's what matters.
Yeah, what matters is the year of graduation.
But that's, I think, only with Alkhan.
Yeah, that is only the case with Alkhan. We at Alkhan, I guess they graduate quite early and they start the semester and everything quite early.
Less breaks, guys.
So
less summer breaks.
Despite having a gap year, I am still graduating in the same year on paper, and with as my friends are in like government universities. So I guess
it was worth it.
Yeah, like if I were to show someone, they wouldn't know I took a gap year.
Yeah, so that's only in Alkhan though, guys. So I guess this is it.
Yeah.
Okay, so make sure to like, share, and subscribe, and we hope you enjoyed it.
Okay.
Good luck.